Hi there. Today's episode of DDM is a very useful one, especially for those of us that live in winter countries. Today's car in question brings us to our Audi A4 Avant from 1997, and it's not starting. Now my brother and I have always had a few problems with this car, with the electrical, because the radio is not connected to the master. So sometimes after a few days, especially in the winter months, it turns off because there's sucking all the power. So let's see if that's true. Let's see if it unlocks. No, let's try again. Now, usually you'd hear a whirring noise if the door's unlocking, but because that's not even happening, we know that the electrics is done. Alright, here we are. We opened it with the key. Let's see what happens when we put the key in. If there is no electricity, nothing should happen now. Yeah, absolutely nothing. This battery is dead. So what you now want to do is to open your hood and to get the battery out with a socket and wrench. As you can see, I've already taken the battery out just to release the negative and the positive terminal first, and then there might be your battery might be held down with a bolt, but just take that out and then we'll charge it. Now what I've done here is I've taken out the battery and I've put it to a remote charger, a battery charger. However, if we look at the screen, it's at a very, very low 4.5 volts. I've had this thing about an hour or two in the charger and it's not hurrying up, so we have to speed this up because I need to go. So we'll show you how to do that. So what we're going to do to get this battery charged quickly is to use a donor car, and that would be my Honda. The idea is that we're going to turn my engine on, and just like a jump start, we're going to charge the battery. The only thing is that I've already taken the battery out, so I put it under the umbrella over there because it is raining, and we'll charge it for a few minutes. So we have the car started up. Now we're going to attach these jumper cables onto the battery and give it a few minutes to charge. As you can see, we got it all hooked up. Make sure you always get the red positive onto the other red and the black negative onto the other black terminal, and it should look something like this. Now because our battery is very low on voltage, we should want to give it a few revs. And just keep doing that, and in this case the battery is very, very low, so do it for a few minutes. Once you've waited a few minutes on a low battery, take off all your wiring and put the battery back in the car. Now once your battery is back in place, you want to secure it on the terminals with your wrench. This is a size 10 and you don't want to do it too tight. Let's see, there we go, and let's see if it just fires. This is the moment of truth. Let's see if it works. Now it seemed that the charging that I did didn't give enough power, so we've attached my car to the Audi. I'm going to do this for a few minutes and that should do it. Now it's been about a minute or two with the Honda on. So now what you always want to do before you actually start the Audi is to take off both of them, like so. Oh, there is one. And there's two. Now the reason you want to do that is because this Audi has very delicate computers in it, and if you keep it wired to the Honda, then it might short circuit and break a computer. And I'd really rather not want to replace that computer. Let's see if it starts. Now once you've taken off the plugs from the terminals, you should have a working engine. So if you're having this problem in the winter, either switch your battery immediately, like I will, or hopefully have a second car you can charge it with.